episode. This is episode 88. First off, before we even hop into this, let me give a shout out to Vinyl Supply Unlimited. That is our one-stop shop for everything. Your one-stop shop for everything crafting needs as far as vinyl, sublimation, blanks, glitters, and so much more. Visit vinylsupplyunlimited.com. Use Squad Creatives 10 at the checkout to get 10% off your entire order. Yo, my name is Mike Tees. I'm one half of the Squad Creative Podcast.
And then I'm Seek Paris, the other half of the squad. The podcast. Oh, that's super right there.
And your girl, Tasha Mac, owner of the Support the Hood brand. I'm from Mississippi. For my Mississippi people.
So I'm gonna just let the people know I discovered her on TikTok, and we thought she would be dope fit. So we just introducing her to our people. So,
yeah. Y'all tap in and support.
That's right.
Period.
Make sure y'all guys out here supporting y'all people.
Absolutely.
Like these guys using their platform to support me. I definitely appreciate it.
For sure. So I'm gonna get into it. I start every show this way. Can we get a little bit of your history and
Yes, most definitely. Well, I'm from Laurel, Mississippi. I go by the name Tasha Mac. I started in June 10th, 2019. My brand started with an event, giving back for school. And so what I did was I gave out free backpacks and school supplies, and I also fed the community. So that's how I started my brand. Wow. At first, I really wasn't trying to put my logo on a shirt. I just had made a flyer, got the logo made or whatever. And, my coworker, he was like, you should put that on a shirt. So that's how that really started, just becoming a clothing brand. And when I put it on the shirt, it just kind of took off. I really wasn't expecting it to be a full-blown clothing brand.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So you said you started with an event. How did you even get connected with an event?
I just did it on my own. Like, I started at my job at the time. I was working at a place called Howard's, and we build transformers there. So it's a big plant. So I really just started, I made my flyers and I passed them out to my coworkers. And I had a couple of people that I knew that also, helped me with this event too. They worked there. And so that's basically how the word first started spreading. It's just me word of mouth and me passing out those flyers.
Wow.
That's dope.
And let me tell you guys, when I first started, coming from my background, just, like I was telling y'all earlier, a street background, you kind of be antisocial. Oh my God, I was terrified.
Yeah.
I was terrified, passing out those flyers because I wasn't used to just interacting with people like that in that manner, So it was definitely terrifying, but it definitely helped me grow and, become the person I am. And it really just showed me that it was more to me, than what I was doing. Yeah, so
that right there is a message for the hood in itself.
Point blank. Yeah. I gotta ask, how did the Support the Hood come about then? I know.
To be honest, I just used to say it a lot, on social media. I just have my own little message, and then at the end of the message, I say support the hood. You know what I'm saying? I was just saying that. Didn't want nobody paying me no mind at that time. But I always say that, support the hood, Right. And the logo, as far as the logo, the logo came about was I just went on Google. I was just looking for something dope, and if y'all can see it, my original logo is like the Boys in the Hood logo.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of that. I got my brother-in-law. He actually drew that, with a pencil. He actually drew that logo from custom or whatever. Just made it a little bit kind of like it, but not enough to where I'm getting in trouble. I ain't trying to get in trouble. But and he definitely brought my vision alive, and You know, my logo, I feel like is definitely, you know, a $1 billion logo. It's definitely
Absolutely.
a $1 billion logo. And when I think about my brand, I think about, you know, having products in Walmart like toothpaste, soap, clothes, hats, and you know, people buying those items, you know what I'm saying? And then I take that money and then I give back. And so like that's my goal, is to be able to give back at a bigger rate, like not just where I'm from, like everywhere, because it's a hood everywhere.
Yep.
So like that's my goal.
So your vision is a lifestyle versus just a clothing brand, which is dope.
I tell people that. You know what? People tell me, how is a lifestyle? I said it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Definitely a lifestyle. It's definitely something that our people should be doing and living by, like supporting brands that's actually trying to do something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'm actually trying to do something, and it's really hard to find people that actually care from the heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I care from the heart. And, you know, I'm not one of those people that's materialistic and all these things, you know how it be. You know, people say they're going to do this, going to do that, and then it never gets done. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I have a pure heart. Like, God gave me this vision. And, you know, I'm just working toward, you know, bringing it to life.
Period.
Yeah.
So I want to touch on, you said on and off camera that you got a street background.
Yes.
So my question is, what was the turning point for you to come from the streets and then do something positive? Because my background is similar.
Well, you know, there's a couple of reasons why. I lost my mom to cancer, so that was one of the reasons. Even though she passed or whatever, it's like I still wanted to make her proud. Like, even though she's not here, it's like I'm doing something that I know she'll be happy about. But not only that, you know, I got so many homeboys, you know, that I done lost in the street. They got killed. And, you know, coming up, I came up with a lot of boys because I was a tomboy. Y'all can see that. So, you know, I just paid attention to what they was going through and what they was also lacking. You know what I'm saying? You know, they was looking for love and in all the wrong places. And, you know, they just really wasn't getting it. And I just feel like we need to change that cycle.
Right.
You know, that's why I like my message, you know, I promote, like, you know, we need the Black father and the Black mother. We need that in the house to produce, you know, so our youth can have a better upcoming.
Period.
Yeah, and it's just about change. Period. Like, people, you know, they say support the hood, but I really need them to understand when I'm talking about support the hood, I'm talking about a big change, like changing everything. You know, and some people, you know, really don't want that change. Some people do, but some people don't. It's like I want it to be support the hood till we don't have to say support the hood no more. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel it.
You know, we have to stop the same cycle.
Yeah.
And that's what I want, and that's why I had to change myself, because like I was running the streets too. Mm-hmm. You know, I had to change myself.
Let's segue into something that we had spoke before earlier. When you say that you support the hood, like I said, it can either go both ways. People that you were talking about previously, they support the hood, but in a different way, in a way that's beneficial for those that's not, you know, doing what they got to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's the legal way. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, I don't judge nobody now.
Right.
I don't judge nobody because I know how it is. You know, I got a lot of friends that do this and that. But at the same time, it's just like, okay, if you can do that, then imagine what you could do if you did something legal.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just try to get them to do something positive with their time and their money, you know, and also just showing them that they can be great.
Yep.
You know, because what I do know is coming up, you know, with my friends, and I notice a lot of them don't have dreams. You know, all they have is what's around them and what they see, and that's all they know. So, you know, another one of my goals is to just show them that it's so much more to life than just living in that environment, which I call it a box. And absolutely. I tell people, you have to get outside of that box. And once you start getting outside of that box and you start seeing the world and, you know, better things for yourself, you definitely gonna want that. So yeah, that's what I promote.
See, that's you said that a lot of them don't have dreams.
Right.
And that like that there is that's the sad part.
Yes.
Because we don't break this generational curse that continues. Nobody wants to break the cycle. We grow up one way, and then we have children, and our children continue the cycle.
Yes.
And sometimes it's circumstance, sometimes it's a conscious choice, and that's the sad part about it. So I think that like just listening to where you want to take your brand and all that stuff, and if nothing else, you're gonna touch your hood.
Exactly, most definitely.
Nothing else. And then so one thing that caught me about you on TikTok is you be running up on people like, what you think of this?
Yeah.
Like,
yes. You know, I definitely feel like it's important for me to interact with my customers and, you know, just let them see me and also let them see me on their hustle too. I'm on their grind. And, you know, people love that when they see you out there and you pushing your product. And it's important to push yourself out there, especially when you're just starting out and you're not that big brand in stores. But I feel like it was a time where they also had to push their brand too. So, you know, we just got to do it, and you can't be ashamed of that. I tell people, never be shy. I used to be at the gas stations with a big old bag, you know. Don't be ashamed of that. You created something, go out there and get your money. You cannot be ashamed of being out there. You know, them people on their own hustle. They're not working for nobody. They created something, and they pushing it. And that's what you got to do to become something big. You know, that's what I feel like.
Period.
And the pushing and everything, your prices is your price.
Exactly. For sure.
How important is that though? Let us know how important that is.
I think it's all about seeing value. You know, it's gonna be people that see value in it. They're not gonna care what the price tag is. And then it's gonna be some people that say, nah, I ain't buying it. And especially when it comes to black-owned business. You know, I feel like our people don't always see value in black brands. And I feel like we gotta just change that. You need to see value in your own people. We always been creators anyway. If you look around, we create most of everything. So you gotta be able to see value in your own people brand, because these are gonna be the people that's gonna come back and give back. You know, you support all the other brands, but they're not coming to do anything. They're not fighting for us or speaking up for us or nothing. So, you know, your best out is to, you know, shop with your people that's actually going to fight for you and support you. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is, I'm about to go left, but a lot of that is that Willie Lynch. Yeah. You know, a lot of that is like all this stuff. The way our youth live each generation is from way back when, like the Willie Lynch stuff, and
he's gonna come back up.
But I left. Did I leave it?
You froze a little bit.
Okay, my bad. But no, I was saying, like, for those that don't know, Google the Willie Lynch syndrome. But a lot of that stems from slavery, and we're still living that way. Our minds
program.
Yeah, it's like a crab in a bucket type of deal. You know what I mean? Like, which is really sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. We got to change that, you know?
Period.
You know, a lot of people, they just okay with things. They comfortable, you know, they don't care, but you need to care because what happens to one of us happens to all of us. It affects all of us. So,
Oh my
you know
God.
what I'm saying? And I feel like it's very important for us to come together because we be voting these people in office and, you know, they do all this lying and then when they get in office, you know, they don't do none of the things they said they were going to do. But, you know, we came together, all of us came together, we would have some type of power to get the right people, you know, to actually do what they say they're going to do for our agenda. You know what I'm saying? Or either, you know, I'm all about being independent anyway. So I'm not one of those people that depend on the government anyway, but it's just the system that we live in. Right. So it's just like we got to work within it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if we all came together, we'll definitely have that power because we spend the most money, you know, so they definitely want that.
Period.
So, Tasha, you getting ready to drop a line, and I want to know the process behind that because you have a certain way of dropping heat on folks.
Well, when I drop something like my next drop, I'm gonna give y'all a goodie. I'm not a Target, you know. I'm coming out with those this summer, some shorts and some shirts, and basically I just always try to have a message, like just something important. Like I'm not just dropping stuff. Like and my whole brand is a message, period. But I try to focus on the important things, and also just making sure that my brand stay positive and not negative. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have been with the negative route, you know, but I'm trying to stay away from that because we got enough negativity.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like me just maintain positive. Whatever I put out, whatever I push, make sure it stay positive, you know? That's my thing. Like, and as far as like me coming up with the visuals, usually I just try to make whatever I envision in my head, I just try to make it come alive. And I, you know, sometimes I design my own stuff and sometimes I hire somebody to do it. I don't usually hire nobody. I usually do everything myself. But
so
sometimes
where are you hiring the folks at, if you don't mind this
on Fiverr.
Fiverr, okay.
Or either, you know, Instagram.
Repeat
you know?
it. It's repeated, man. That Fiverr. Every time you ask that question, Fiverr is.
Yeah, it's definitely a place to go. Like if you need a logo, anything, a tech pack, anything like.
Hey Fiverr, we need y'all to tap in on Squad Creative because we hear it if not every episode, every other episode.
Hey, the prices are good. It's not too expensive. You can find somebody in your price range.
So you actually use a manufacturer for your brand, right?
Yes, I do.
Do you
for some of my items?
You actually do any heat press stuff or anything like that?
Like my hoodies, I make my hoodies myself with vinyl, but I'm actually trying to get away from the vinyl.
I feel it.
You know, I'm actually trying to get away from that because I work. So, you know, it's like, I ain't got time. It's been good. I appreciate the vinyl game. But it's like, oh, I'm tired of weed now stuff.
Oh, that's my favorite part. I heard my heart when y'all say that. I love vinyl. I'm a vinyl enthusiast, right?
I'm so tired of weed now stuff. And so, you know, I just started doing a couple transfers. But my goal is to screen print. I feel like screen print has the best quality to me. I like my original logo on my shirts, those are screen printed, you know. So, and people always tell me, yo, this shirt ain't faded or nothing, you know. So it's like whatever the customers come in on, that's where I need to go. So like,
have you ever tried super color?
Yeah. I just recently did a video on some game sheets that I got them since they got game sheets now. Yeah, I like super color. I like super color.
So I'm gonna shout out a couple of the people that's out there in the audience with us. Shout out to the Educated Natural. She's there with us every episode. South Bay Creation. What up with you? Marquita Carr, how are you doing? I Do's Customs. We appreciate everybody that's rocking with us and tapping in for this live episode. Tasha, you spoke on being a role model, and not just the word role model. with the true definition of a role model. Could you please speak on that?
I mean, you just gotta do what you say you're gonna do, and also if you're telling kids not to do this and that, then that means you don't need to be doing it either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my thing. Like, not getting in trouble, staying positive, you know, being about what I say I'm gonna do. You know, and I feel like that's the best way to reach them is just example.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of kids love me. Like, I have a lot of kids. I don't have kids, but a lot of kids, they know me. I don't be knowing these kids, but they be knowing me. And I see them, I be outside somewhere, and they be like, "What's up, Tasha?" I be like, I don't be knowing who they is, but they be knowing me. You know, and I'm 31, but I go out there, I play basketball with them. And, you know, I talk that smack with them and try to put, you need to work on them dribbles. You need to work a little harder. I love kids, and I just really try to reach them because I done been in their shoes before. I know how it is coming up in the hood, so it's like I'm just trying to give them something positive.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you coming up in the hood, sometimes all you deal with is negativity.
Yeah.
You know, so I just want to get in some positivity, and you know, also just let them know that greatness is in them. They can do anything they want to do. You know, so that's all. I'm just all about uplifting. You know, I just want people to do right. You know, and one of the guys that I do know, he ended up a kid. He's 17 now, but I've been knowing him since he was about 6, and he got into a little trouble in school. And you know, having that conversation with him, I was trying not to get down on him too much because I don't want to tear him down when he's already down because his dream was to play basketball. And, you know, he ended up getting in some trouble where, you know, he got expelled for the year. So, you know, and he couldn't understand why I was getting so emotional about it. And it's like, I'm telling him, like, I've been in the streets and I know how it is to have that peer pressure, your friends, you know, they want you to be this person and be that person. And I'm just telling him how easy it is to get trapped in the streets and how you can get killed out here. And you know, and I just didn't want that from him because I know he's a good kid. You know, I know he got a good heart. He just made poor decisions, and he don't have very many role models. You know, so it's just like me. I'm just putting myself like, even though we're not kin or anything like that, I'm just still like
being a mentor, that guy, that validation that he needs in his life, that positive outlet.
And I also just show him that somebody care. And I think that's why like a lot of kids love my brand. I think it's like, even though a lot of kids out here, they do this bad things and they run the streets, trust me, those kids have a lot of sense. And, you know, they know what's right from wrong. And so when they see my brand, they appreciate it, you know? So, you know, I just try to, you know, be that light for them.
And that's one of the things like that is dope because, like I say, you be running up on people and filming, like asking about the brand or making a sales or whatnot, and like you can see like the authenticity of the people. They genuinely love the product. They genuinely feel, especially them youngsters, they really feel like it's like like somebody speaking for them.
Yes, exactly. And
I see that in the video.
Like, I'm passionate about this. Like, I'm passionate. Like, I'm very passionate about this because I came up in the hood. And I just know how it is, and I know what they're going through. And I just don't want to see, you know, them go to prison or get killed. Like, I just don't want to see that. I don't want that to continue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I care.
Hey,
and, you know, especially just...
That's breaking the cycle.
Yeah. You know, that's what I'm all about. You know, I broke my own cycle, you know. And, you know, a lot of people, I'm just being me. You know, I'm going to be real with everybody on here. A lot of people thought I was going to be like my father, you know. But I proved them wrong. I definitely proved them wrong by going a different route, you know. So.
Period.
Yeah.
So you what am I trying to ask? So the brand essentially is role model based itself, because I feel like just to support the hood is it shows these children positivity in itself.
Mhm.
So how do you like, you said you were doing giveaways and stuff, do you actually like provide for the youth or the youngsters? Like,
Well, when I do something like that, I mostly fund everything. Like I ask for donations and all that, but I mostly fund everything. When I first started, it's just like I didn't want to ask nobody for nothing. You know, and so that's why the product was just like, okay, let's just use the product to fund whatever it is I want to do. So it's just like I never just wanted to, even though everybody say, you know, you need to get donations and, you know, I need to do funding parties and stuff like that. It's just like that was very hard for me.
Yeah.
Like it was just very hard for me to just do that. And you know, some things I still haven't did. Like I just try to do a lot of things myself. But you know, I'm coming to a point where I realize that it's okay for me to get that help, you know.
Right.
But when I'm doing something, I mostly fund it myself. Like 90% of it, I'm funding myself, and I made it to where it's a yearly thing, like something that I do every year, you know. That I just keep it going. And for this summer, I'm working on having a support the hood day. So basically, what I want to do is, you know, have like jumpers out there and free food, but I also try to get some influencers that's, you know, on TikTok that, you know, that support my brand and that I know that would definitely, you know, come through for me and just let the kids be able to see that. And most of them come from the hood too. So it's just like, see, they came from the hood too, and just know, you know, you can be great too. And also, like, you know, I come from Hoy, so it's called Hoy, Mississippi, and so you know, we do something anyways. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I want to do that again, but I just want to make it a support the hood day.
So are the gangs, like where you live, is gang violence or gangs a big thing there?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I was telling you earlier, you wasn't on, but you know, I had got into gang activity too. Like, you know, so it's definitely gangs, but it's just like it's not like how it was back in the day. Like it was back in the day we was, but now it got to the point where the people that, you know, was beefing at that time like came together. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause they feel like, you know, when it comes to the street, they can just get money together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I still have like homies and everything. You know, I don't talk to them every day, or you know, I ain't on the scene. Let me be real. I'm not on the scene, but it's a lot of those guys that I love, so I haven't abandoned them or nothing like that. And a lot of them, they reach out to me and they tell me, you know, I need your positivity, you know, and you know, they want to do better, and a lot of them are doing better. And one thing I will say is that a lot of guys that I've met that's in the streets, a lot of them very intelligent. A lot of them read plenty of books, very intelligent, you know, but you know, they out there doing this and that, but it's like they want to get it together. They just don't know how, and sometimes they don't have that courage to change, because as you know, when you change in the streets, everybody say you ain't this, you ain't that.
You switched up on me.
yeah. So it's just like getting them to realize it ain't about switching up. It's about doing something that's gonna improve your life. Because you tired of going to jail? You know what I'm saying? Ain't you tired of worried about, you know, enemies and, you know, always looking over your shoulder? Don't you want to be free? Because it was a time where I had always look over my shoulder. I had enemies, but now that I'm doing what I'm doing now, and I'm not out there in gang activities and doing this and that. I'm promoting positivity. I don't have to look over my shoulder. Everybody love me. You know what I'm saying? So whether you from there or there, it don't matter. I can go to you. What's up? Hey, how you doing?
Right.
This is what I'm doing, and not have to worry about enemies.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel. It's all about love to me. So
I was trying to. Oh, dang! See, I ain't even cut you off either. I'm trying to pull up this picture of this shirt that you had just dropped. I'm not exactly sure when you had dropped it, but it basically had a black man with a gun pointed to his dome.
Oh, you're talking about my traumatized shirt. A lot of people. Some people get it. Some people don't. It's raw. It's very raw.
Yeah.
Basically, the shirt you're talking about is, he got the gun and he got drugs and you got police brutality on there and the rope or whatever. That's just signifying like slavery and what we went through. But it's basically saying like, okay, look, this is what's going on in the hood. This is what we going through. So this is why you should support the hood. We deal with, anxiety.
There you go, right there.
You know what I'm saying? We're going through pain and, you know what I'm saying, all these mental health issues that we have just from living in that environment. So it's just saying that's why it's called traumatized. You feel what I'm saying? It's just saying that this is why you need to support the hood, because look at the state of the hood. Like, look what the kids are going through. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. A lot of people don't get it. But one thing I know about my brand, this is a head turner.
It is very much that. It's
when you see that support the hood or you see that shirt, you're going to be looking. Like when I wear that
you
shirt,
gonna study. Like, that's what I did, Tasha. I was like, wait a minute, what? And then I had
So
this is deep messaging here.
It's very raw. It's raw, but the people that it's for, they get it. So to me, that's all that matters. They get it because they done been there. They experienced it. So it's raw though.
I want to hear about your creative process. Like, what is it? What is your creative process consist of?
I wouldn't say I have a process. To be honest, like I just think about where I came from, and also I just try to be different. I'm not trying to be like nobody else. I just try to keep it as real as I can keep it. Or if I am looking for inspiration, I go back into the day. I get to type in like 90s and 80s and try to get my inspiration from there. Because all this stuff repeat itself, and so that's basically what I do. I don't think hard on it. When it comes to my mind, I just try to put it out.
Period. So you make your own tech packs?
No, I hired somebody on Fiverr to do that.
Yeah, I see like some of the stuff, like the shorts and all that stuff.
Now, some of my stuff I can create myself, but as far as like a whole tech pack, like tech pack come with like sizes and stuff and fabric. I ain't doing all that, but as far as like designing it, I design a lot of my own stuff. Like those them gym shorts, I designed those.
How long did that process take?
It didn't take long. It didn't take, and I use Photoshop.
Okay.
I just try to figure out to me, it's like I'm from the hood. I know the hood. Like I got, you know what I'm saying? I know what people like. So it's like I'm just gonna try to make something dope.
Did they ship that over here from across seas? The shorts like that?
The people that make my stuff are different from across seas. Pakistan.
So that wasn't no months on months. You had to wait for that.
I had to wait like 3 weeks.
Oh, that's
now when you deal with China, China can take a little longer. I don't like to deal with China because their shipping rates are too high.
Yeah.
And when I'm dealing with Pakistan, it's free shipping. Their prices are good fabric. This was made in Pakistan. I love it. And matter of fact, this I just recently dropped these, and like this like the best item I drop as far as like quality. You know, it's just there, and then it just made me realize what I want. You know, like when you see a brand, and you just know, like, oh, that's so and so. You know what I'm saying? And I just figured out what that was. It took me a long time. You know, I didn't change a lot of logos. You know, I done went through a lot of logos and trying this and trying that, but I finally got to the point where I know, you know, what that is, and now it's like I could build my collections off that. You know, I had to learn how to build collections. Like sometimes people just dropping stuff. But now I got to the point where, okay, I know how to build a collection around this product. Like, you know, like this, you know, socks to go with this, hats to go with this, shirts to go with this. You know what I'm saying?
What were some of the things you did to teach yourself how to build an actual collection?
YouTube, Google. Basically, I just self-taught myself everything. Like, I really been doing this on my own, like with no help, just me.
Yeah. So I got another question, like about your manufacturer, right? Did you get your manufacturer because he slid in your DMs on IG?
You know what? I got 100 of them in my inbox.
Right.
I don't even be understanding how some people don't be able to find a manufacturer because they, my God, they will bug you.
Period.
One thing I also notice about them is that they don't have no pride when it comes to selling. They will praise you to death about something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know, they do stuff different. But the first manufacturer I used definitely slid in my DMs. And I just gave them a try. And thank God that, you know, it went the way I needed it to go. Yeah, I give them a try. You know, sometimes it's just best to, you know, just get a sample. Or some of them offer free samples. And somebody was in my inbox the other day that was like, we'll do free sample. Like, they just really want to work with you.
See, my thing, like, I'm so tired of them people because I get like 10, 20 of them a day. I don't even read it no more. I just delete it. Like, I don't even.
Look, that's exactly how I am. But sometimes, like, if I'm looking for a different manufacturer, because it's definitely important to have more than one, like different things. Like, I'm gonna drop some hats or whatever, and so I need to find a manufacturer that deal with hats. Now, right now, I got my regular manufacturer that made these. I got him doing me a sample, but it don't necessarily mean that I'm gonna use him. But I let him do it because he know my colors. So he you know what I'm saying, to make sure they match. Yeah. But if that sample don't come out right, then I'm gonna look for another manufacturer. So sometimes I check my inbox just to see if I can work with somebody new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's a trip because you're like the first person I've ever met that actually that's used one of them randoms.
Yeah, they hop in the inbox.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I know a lot of them, they just want to do business.
Yeah, I just feel like for me, I feel like the ones that just come in your DM is just like being a woman and somebody just randomly sending you a nasty picture. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I feel like if I'm looking for that, if that's what I need, I'm gonna go look for it. Is what I'm trying to get at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
So, but
don't be afraid though. Like a lot of them be legit.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe they do. I believe it. So, how do you plan your drops though? So, like you said, you got some hats coming out. You just dropped the shorts, the sweatsuits. How do you know what you're gonna drop next?
Well, you know, at first, you know, I think about the season. I'm one of those person that I try not to look at other brand owners like when I'm creating. And what I would do is once I come up with the graphics or whatever, okay, I feel like I should get a photo shoot set up. You know. And so before I drop, you know, I need to at least have some pictures of people in them, or if it's not myself, you know, because it's a cheaper route, you know, just doing it yourself. It's really okay to do that. But yeah, that's what I do. And also I have influencers too that love my brand. So I'm blessed that a lot of people love my brand because I get a lot of things done for free.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can send them something and, you know, they'll promote it. You know what I'm saying? Because they understand what my message is and they from the hood. So most of the creators, you know, they be from the hood. So, and a lot of rappers too, like, they mess with my brand. You know, I have a lot of friendships with a lot of rappers, and they support my brand, and they'll push it along, you know, with their music too, and just as well as I push their music too. So it just, you know.
So are these local rappers, or how did you get your connect with the rappers?
Some of them are local, some of them are not. The internet is powerful, and you know what? A lot of people inbox me and tell me, you know, how I inspire them and how they appreciate what I'm doing. I get that a lot. A lot of people inbox me, and like not too long ago, somebody inboxed me from prison, and he got his own clothing brand in there, and he was asking me about manufacturers, and I was telling him about the one I use and just letting him know that it's legit, and he was just showing me his designs, and we connected from there. And I just was like, you know, I'm gonna push it, and when you drop something, I'm gonna buy it and support it, because like I was telling him, you know, even though you in there in prison, it's like you still trying to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still in you. They can't stop it, and it's something for him to have when he do get out of jail, something positive. So, you know, a lot of people just reach out to me, you know, like dang, I can't think of the name right now. Oh, I can't think of the name right now. He gonna be mad at me. I can't think of his name right now, but a lot of guys just, you know, they gravitate to what I'm doing, and some of them make the music that I support. Like, I listen to a lot of music. I don't always like. I mean, I listen to music with violence in it, but it's just like, it just gotta have some type of motivation in it. And when those guys send me their music, like a lot of rappers send me their music, and they value my input, and they just feel like I'm gonna be honest. And so when they got a message, like it's a message in their music, they'll send it to me and ask me what I think. And then they also ask me to promote it too. So that's how I meet a lot of people.
So you mentioned a clothing brand ran from prison. My little brother is in prison, and he got a clothing brand called the Movement Apparel. And he's like really doing his thing, like sitting in prison and got his team, and they get out there and work, and they found, you know, he got his manufacturer out of Pakistan and the whole nine. Like, prison,
that's definitely what me and guy was talking about. His brand called Flagger. He's from Florida. So yeah, that's definitely what he was talking about. He just showing me designs and stuff like that. And he just telling me how he loves my brand. I was telling him I love what he doing, and like I said, it's just all about uplifting each other, just spreading positivity, and just trying to break the cycle. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm all about. When you meet me, you already know I'm a positive person, and I try to talk light into people. Like, usually when I see somebody doing something, I can already know that they're great. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people need you to say that. You know what I'm saying? So I always make sure that I'm the person that says, you know what, like, you great, and you can go a long way. Like, you can go far. You just believe in yourself, you know. So
most people don't even know they're great, though.
Exactly. And I see it sometimes, like, it's just like they need to know. And I feel like that's the problem. Like, we don't talk that into our people enough. A lot of kids don't get that talked into them. You know, their parents not giving them that. And a lot of us also, you know, we don't have that confidence to speak and all this and that, because a lot of us came up, we wasn't talking at the dinner table. Right. We wasn't all at the dinner table talking to kind of get that experience and just being that person, just conversation. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just something that need to be talked about,
Period.
and it
So,
need to change.
y'all, we've been on for 44 minutes. I gotta run this ad real quick from the sponsor. We'll be
Oh,
right back with you, all right? Visit Vinyl Supply Unlimited today. VinylSupplyUnlimited.com has so much to offer. First of all, Jason's a Caesar authorized dealer. That means he carries all the flavors, all the patterns, all the puffs that you need for your vinyl needs. Not only does he carry vinyl, he also carries adhesive decal vinyl and additional supplies for your everyday crafting needs. Are you in need of some glitter? Well, he got that. You don't have to look no further. Are you in need of classes? Maybe some training over some of the products that you use? Look no further. This man also carries his own line of glitter, the ultrafine, the chunky iridescent. Squad Creatives 10 at the checkout. He also carries alcohol inks, a plethora of flavors, over 50 I do believe, to where you can mix and match and make it your own, very custom. Then if you're in need of molds, this man also carries molds, the gingerbread mold, cross molds, whatever it is that you need for your crafting needs. Visit Vinyl Supply Unlimited today. Use the code SquadCreatives10 at checkout for 10% off of your entire purchase. That's VinylSupplyUnlimited.com.
You guys are watching the Squad Creatives Podcast. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. My guys are doing some big things, good things. They're bringing you guys a lot of information, and you subscribing don't cost you nothing. So get it done. It's been your boy Stan Banks with T-Shirt Side Hustle. Peace.
Man, y'all heard it. Squad Credits. Y'all heard the GOAT, Stan Banks, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
Immediately tap in, y'all.
And we are here with Tasha Mac of Support the Hood.
Another thing that I want to say is that another thing that inspired me to start my brand is and also, what made me also start changing too, I want to shed light on that, is the Black Panther Party. When I started learning, that's what really got me to change too, is when I started learning history, Black history. That helped me change too. So I just wanted to shine light on it, like the Black Panther Party and everything that they did back then is some of the things that I want to do.
Specifically, what is something that touched you from the Black Panthers?
Just how they was in the community, just being independent, doing things on their own, and also people from different backgrounds, like different careers and stuff, how they used to just come together and give people that knowledge. Like, I like that. And I also just, them defending the community also. Absolutely. I love that. And I also like Fred Hampton. I just liked how powerful he was with his voice. And he was 21. And so when I look at that, I just think about, like, this 21-year-old made the government scared. Yeah. And so it just makes you think about how powerful we are as people. He was just 21, and the government got scared. The government watching this man, and they got this man assassinated at 21. He was just 21. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that right there, that really touched me, and I care about stuff like that. Absolutely, I care about our people and what happened back then too. A lot of people, I done ran into people that they say, "Oh, that happened back then." It was like, but if that didn't happen, we wouldn't be where we are today. Like, them still people, they shed blood for you. They cared. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't have all this freedom that we had. Back then, you speak on certain things, they'll come burn your house down, come kill you, you lose your job, everything. And I admire how strong they was to actually still take a stand, even though, like, knowing the consequences back then. Like, that right there, to me, like, that just lets you know how powerful our people is, and we got to get back like that and be fearless. Yes. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, number one, just come together, though. You got to come back together. And I feel like the hood, the streets, I feel like once we can fix that, we'll be way more powerful. And I feel like that's something that they don't want to change. Like the hood, we get the hood in the streets right, to come together, which is what Fred Hampton was doing. He was getting gang members, you know what I'm saying, Vice Lord and all them. He was getting them to come together and be political. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what they don't want.
What was you saying? Seek was getting ready to say something. Seek, what you about to say?
I was just saying, like, some of the touching on some of the stuff that they did, like free lunch. They offer free lunch.
Yeah.
Different stuff like that's they painted the Black Panthers in such a negative light that people hear that word and they cringe because they didn't. The positivity was not highlighted because of out of fear.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
And what I do notice nowadays too, like these kids don't even be knowing who they are
at all.
Like I had to tell my nephews, you know, I made them sit down. You finna watch this. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't even know about the Black Panthers. You know what I'm saying? All they know is, you know, Martin Luther King. You know, what they teach them in school. Like, but you know, I made it my duty to make sure they know. You know, these Black Panthers did it, and you know, Malcolm X did it. You know, they need to know their struggle, what we're going through, and as Black boys, you know, they definitely need to know. I always try to talk to them about certain things, you know, because they Black young men, and you know, I had to have a conversation about, you know, the police will pull you over, and you know, it's sad, but you know.
It's nuts too, because a lot of things that we have done as great leaders, and I'm talking about our forefathers before we got here, it's always like swept up underneath a rug or erased. It's never brought to the actual forefront of what actually happened. Like when you just spoke on that, it touched my soul because I know exactly where you're coming from with that, and I'm pretty sure the audience as well. A lot of things that we do and that we have these freedoms to even be able to open our mouth or create a t-shirt. You know, somebody sacrificed their life for this type of freedom. And not just to say it was just Martin Luther King. There was hundreds upon thousands of people off their life for the freedoms that we have here today.
Yeah, most definitely. And another guy that inspired me too was also Nipsey Hussle. You know, being that I did come with a gang background. And how he just changed and promoted positivity. And he knew he had to use the negative and the positive to reach his people. And so he inspired me too. Like it just made me believe that I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm capable of doing it. So he's definitely another guy that inspired me very much. You know. I love him. I listen to him a lot. Marathon continues.
Rest in peace to Nipsey, man. 31st was 3 years. He's been dead. He's been gone.
But guess what? He still lives on. He was a powerful being. Sure. He still lives on.
Great people do.
And that's what it's all about. Just being great, leaving your mark.
Period.
What did Shayna say? See, I see you pulled that up real quick.
Tasha Mac, what you're talking about. I'm enjoying this interview.
Absolutely.
Oh, appreciate it.
Yes, unity is a must. Period. But it's like I say, man. All that unity, man. We need it. We need it. But it all the fact that we don't have it boils back to Willie Lynch and the slave. What he told how to break a slave, man. Like I said, if you don't know, Google Willie Lynch, how to break a slave and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like this stuff, this was hundreds of years ago, but we still live under this umbrella now. We still live by these things. Like we got grandmothers. I don't know about these new grandmas, but I'm talking about the real grandmas.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the grandma that can make you a pizza and a pot of greens, not these new ones that'll give you a hot pocket. But like, you know, we had but like, you know, we got these grandmothers. We have your grandmother, the mother, the father. Like all of this has from like, man, I'm 46 years old. Like my grandmother, my grandmother's generation, they there was love in the home.
Mm-hmm.
There was no, it was a hot meal on the table. I used to, like, as a child, I might get lucky to get some McDonald's on a Saturday or a Sunday. You know what I mean? But the rest of them days of the week, it's a hot meal. You know what I mean? And my grandma, we might not eat. Sometimes we would have dinner together, of course, but like there'll be times where I didn't been outside and they didn't ate before came in the house. And but my grandmother was at that table with me. You know what I mean? Like talking to me or whatever, or we eating dinner, watching TV, and they would teach me certain things. Like we're losing that. Like if you really look at like
those qualities.
Yeah, those qualities are gone. And then like, we didn't get these kids nowadays, these grandmas is giving them a hot pocket and a fruit punch and then on their way out the door to the club. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah, for real.
Yeah.
The latest TikTok dance, right?
Yeah, you got to get back to
and you know what? And I want to touch on this, and I feel like, nowadays our kids, like I feel like the parents have to work so much.
Right.
So now it's just like the kids are just outside. And so and that's how the kids end up in the streets, because that's how the streets end up raising the kids. Because the parents don't have time to raise their child because they got to go to work because they got to pay bills.
And
so yeah, like that's something that need to change too, and that's why we need to have programs for that, like for kids to be able to go somewhere and actually just learn something positive, something that's gonna benefit them in life, rather it be learning something with your hand. Because I feel like we definitely need to get back to that, like just doing things with our hands, building, because that's what we did back in the day. We was the people that knew how to build everything, make everything, and I just feel like
nothing.
We need to get back to that too.
These phones
and
our children.
Look, I just feel like Black people are in survival mode, and I feel like we've been in it for a long time. It's time to get out of survival mode. That's my main thing. Like we're in survival mode.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
Period. She said the microwave Gma, you better be careful calling them grandma. They think they too young to be called grandma. Listen, so I love that comment, Tampa. So here's my thing with that, right? My people, as a child, I always heard if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it must be a fucking duck.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? Like, excuse my language, but I just call it like I said. I call it like I said. Like, you supposed to be a grandma, and I know you ain't supposed to be a scripper with grandchildren. You know what I'm talking about? And this goes to the grandpas too. I ain't just talking about the women. I'm talking about these new.
You're right.
But I'm gonna be the quiet grandpa in here, though. You know what I'm talking about?
Outside picking peas and busting open watermelons.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Real talk. All on the porch spitting seeds. You know what I'm talking about?
That's
crazy because that's my childhood. What you just said, picking peas with my grandma. My grandpa and grew them in the backyard, and I'm out here with my watermelon. I'm spitting my seeds and thinking I'm some, ting. You know what I'm talking about? Like these children are raised by cell phones.
Yeah.
Like these kids, man, they 4, 5 years old, and they can use a cell phone better than me. They can navigate the internet better than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's sad that see now y'all done got me talking loud. I'm talking like I'm in my
into the conversation.
Man, y'all done got me in my preach voice like that.
Hey, that's the best mode to be in.
Yeah, man. Like, but it's sad that we're not nobody's caring. And I'm gonna be, I love rap music, but rap music is ruining our generation as well. A lot of of it, not all of it, but a lot of it, because you got all these people that pay taxes on the money they make. And like, for instance, I'm gonna keep, like, you got these rappers. How would you got $700 million in the bank, but you still selling dope? You know what I'm talking about? Like,
that part.
We're still pushing this shit to our children. Like, I don't know what I just did.
But at the same time, and then now we got to understand why Black people are so drawn to negativity.
Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm still here, but I pushed the button on my TV, and I don't know where I went.
Sorry about that. So what we were just tapping on y'all and talking about is just how life was previous to and where the new generation is headed. And if we don't do something about it, you know, by being a better role model, not just the word role model, we are going to absolutely lose everything. Our cultural, we'll be Black people here, but we won't be the same Black folks, you know, 20 years from now. That's what it was.
Yeah. That's the scary part.
That's the scary part right there.
Yeah. But like I was saying, like we got these rappers that you done made $700 million. You just made $100 million last week, and you pay taxes. You got a W-2 like everybody else, but you pushing dope. You just brought this dope in on a boat in your music, and you telling the world this. You rapping about this shit, like, and our children believe this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They be like, if I know the real Noriega, he owed me 100 favors. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
don't get that, we did that, man.
Man, I
feel like it's important for us to, you know, teach our kids leadership also. So they can be leaders and understand that, you know, you don't have to follow those ways and you be your own person.
Right.
You know, and just like I said, we just need to build up our kids more. You know, they need that. It's so easy to fall victim to the streets. You know?
So
man, I love when we get these real conversations on here. Man, I know we're supposed to be talking about t-shirts and crap.
I'm about to. That's where I'm going right now. So I've been all on your website. I've been on your website. Lord Jesus.
Go ahead, brother.
I've been on your website back and forth, and I want to ask you about a few things on there. So the first thing I want to ask you on your website is this mystery box. Can you talk about that?
The mystery box, it comes with 5 items.
Okay.
And it comes with 5 items, and basically the mystery box is just a different mix of stuff. I may give you a hat, shirt, shorts, you know, just a mixture of different things. Usually when I'm doing a mystery box, it's basically gonna be, just being honest, it's basically gonna be the stuff that's on sale. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like it gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But even then though, sometimes I still allow people to get some of the new stuff too. Like get them gems, you know, like ooh, you know, something that's expensive, like, and I put it in there. You know, and I know my customers appreciate that.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good idea, though, to get rid of product. You get product, still get the rocket dope.
And you know, even though it say 5 items, sometimes I just load them up. I just load them up. They be like, dang, you know, and they appreciate it though.
So what's the cost of one of your mystery boxes?
They $60.
Oh, that's not bad. That's good.
Yeah.
Right.
5 or 6 items. Shoot.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm telling you, sometimes I load them up.
Also on your website. Yeah. Also on your website, you offer up a vendors list.
Yeah. I put that vendor list on there because on TikTok, oh my God, I get 1,000. You know, people in my inbox every day, and I done made plenty of videos giving out my vendors. You know, it's just like if you invest in me, then you get the gem. You know what I'm saying? But some people, they still just want the vendor list, so I just made it because so many people ask. You know, so I just put it on the website. I'm like, okay, you can go get it from on my website, and I didn't make it expensive. A lot of people been saying you need to go up on it, which I was, but I just decided not to because it's just like a lot of young people hit me up. Sometimes I just give them to them for free, especially if they're young.
Yeah,
and I see them trying to do something, you know, I just give it to them. You know,
that's awesome.
I'm just trying to help, you know.
Yeah, so I'm really enjoying this interview because like we get to talk on real issues. Like that's what I love about having this platform. You know, we come to talk about t-shirts and whatever, but just your brand in general is it's for the culture. It's not just something. It's not empty.
Yeah.
It's not empty, you know, and I appreciate that. And I'm glad that talking about your brand led us into the conversation that we had, allowed us to talk about stuff that need to be talked about, that should be talked about. Educated Natural just posted your link. Thank you, Kim.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
See, that's one of my favorite people. She's one of my favorite people.
Natural there with everyone.
I gotta go check her out. Then I gotta go follow her.
Yes, she one of my favorite people.
Period. Hands down. For real. What up,
like, so how do you feel about so there are other clothing brands similar to yours, like, you know, that's supposedly support the hood. How do you feel about clothing brands that say it's for the hood, but it's not? I don't want to be specific, but you know what I'm talking about?
I haven't really been paying attention to other brands like that, but I'm not one to knock nobody, but I would just say, you know, pay attention to what they're doing and what their message is consistently. You know, like they really trying to promote change, and are they promoting, you know, positivity into their people? You know, if they doing that, you know, I'm definitely, you know, promote them and want to work with them, and you know, because we got the same mission.
Sure.
You know, but as far as other brands, as far as like shining like negativity on the hood, I don't knock them because I know how the culture is, but it's just like it's not my thing. You know, they doing their thing, I'm doing mine, and people gonna be drawn to whatever they drawn to, you know. So
one thing that bothers me about brands is, and it's a lot of people who ain't never been in a gang, will never be in a gang, have never been to a hood, will never be involved in such things, that they like to put these gang color bandanas in the clothing. You know what I mean? Like, so how do you feel about that?
Times are changing, and you know, a lot of kids now they really not wearing it for gang reasons. They just like the colors. Some of them now, I don't know about the rest, but I know a lot of kids just be doing a whole bunch of different colors. They don't be for no gang or nothing like that. They just like the color to go with their outfit or something like that.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff, I like just paying attention. A lot of that stuff is not by people from our culture, from the culture.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna say from our culture, from the culture.
Yeah.
You know, and that perpetuates ignorance, that perpetuates death and different things, negativity in my eyes. Is why I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, I come from a different era. The era, like I come from, like when I was growing up, gangs were coming up. So I still look at it like it's the 80s and the 90s, you know, in a way, as far as that stuff goes. Like, but that's just me.
Mean, it hasn't. I mean, that was not. I mean, back then when they first started, they wasn't called gangs. You know, they didn't develop into gangs until later on. Mm-hmm. You know, after the Black Panthers, and that's another reason that helped me change too, is just going to learn their history and understand like what we really supposed to be out here doing. Instead of killing each other, we really supposed to be out here for the community. Because a lot of things were created to help Black folks, and you know what I'm saying, help develop our people. You know what I'm saying, and we just need to get back to that and preach that and turn something negative back into a positive.
Period.
You know, because I don't like I said, I don't judge, because like I'm trying to reach those people, and I have a gang background. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, I still talk to my homies every now and then, and you know, they doing a lot of positive things now, and I just tell them that I'm proud of them because I want to continue to be the light for them. Like, I don't want to judge them and tear them down, especially when they're trying. I think we get into a place, even though it's still, you know, gang going on, a lot of killing each other, but I think we are getting to a better place than what it was back then. You know, a lot of them are waking up and, you know, they grown now, they got families.
Yeah.
And, you know, they just want to be better. And I always tell my homies, you know, just think about what will make your mama proud. You know, ain't you tired of your mama crying and, you know what I'm saying, worried about you, worried about if you got killed or you went to prison and all this and that, and think about your kids and stuff like that. You know, I don't judge them. You know, I'm just trying to reach them. I'm trying to reach them.
Yeah. Tasha, what's one thing, Tasha, that you would tell yourself now? Let's say you were 21, you're 31 now, 10 years ago. What's one thing that you would tell yourself looking back?
Woo! Think. Think. Because it was a time in my life where I was not thinking about the consequences of anything what I was doing. Half of the time I didn't know what I was doing. I was just out there doing. So I would definitely tell myself to think more and be more of a leader, you know. But I always been that one, even when I was out there, you know, gang banging and fighting and all that. I always still been the one that, you know, put positivity in the people that was around me. Like, they gonna vouch for that, even though I did do, you know, some bad things, you know. Not bad. I ain't never been a bad person. And I knew that too. When I was out there doing it, I knew I always had a good heart. Because sometimes I feel bad for people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I just got caught up, you know, with that peer pressure that you have in the streets. And to me, like, it's like a drug. It really is. It's so easy to get sucked in the streets. And when you're trying to get out of the streets, it's easy to get sucked back into the streets.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So, yeah, I would definitely think more, be more of a leader, you know, and just go from the heart. Like, I'm one of those people that I just believe in doing things from the heart.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's definitely nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
So, go ahead, bro.
Your colorways that come out with your clothes, is there any tied to any of the shoes that's dropping out?
My colorways, as far as like red, white, black, and blue, those are my colors. The blue and red is signifies unity. Being that I did come to gang culture, you know what I'm saying? So it's like blue and red, you know what I'm saying? And then I just added the white and black because those are good colors to have. But yeah, everything about my brand is definitely about, you know, unity, is definitely a message in everything that I do. Like, I don't just drop stuff. I try to come through with a message.
Right.
Oh, Lord. Like,
Sure.
you
know. I'm running out of gas now. That coffee done wore off. I'm sorry.
You good? I like it when I look like.
So like I say, man, I just want to thank you for just doing what you do. I want to thank you for being a positive light in general. Like I said, I saw your video. I can't remember exactly what video it was on TikTok, and I didn't even finish the little 30-second or 60-second video, however long it was. It was just something that grabbed me, and I was like, hit the plus, like, to subscribe. And I really wish I could remember what video it was that grabbed me, but I like that you go out and talk to the people. You're in the field with the camera, with your product and with the people, and you get the real life reactions. So what are some of the things you do, like, in those situations like behind the scenes that we don't get to see on camera? What are some special moments or something that you see that wasn't recorded in those scenarios?
Oh, it's a lot of stuff that don't get just the interaction that I get with people. Oh my God, it's like we be talking like we've been knowing each other forever.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that it happened that way because, like I said, like I still battle with my own fears. So each time I approach somebody, my nerves are wrecked.
Yeah.
I'm still not 100% comfortable with it, but I go off vibes. And I always get a great response. So if your vibe is a great one, then it's like it's so easy for me to vibe with you and sit there and talk with you. And being that we mostly all come from the same background, it's like we could just relate, we feel it.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, like just people inboxing me and just telling me their story and how I inspired them. Because like I told you, a lot of people in prison inbox me. You know what I'm saying? They just tell me, how I inspired them and how they appreciate that somebody actually care. And a lot of them be like, like my homies that's in jail, like they just be amazed by how much courage I have to say the things that I'm saying, because being that I do have a gang background and I still talk to some of my homies, but some of the things I say they might not like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I'm going to do me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when it comes to that, if you love me, you okay with me doing what I'm doing because I'm trying to do something positive. You know what I'm saying? But if you against it, then they let me know that you're not for me. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, it's really just the interaction that I have with people, you know what I'm saying, off the camera. You know? Like, and to me, that what means the most to me, to be able to do that, inspire people, motivate them, like, and I get that every day. And that helps me keep going. A lot of people say a lot of the videos that I make, they say it helps them keep going, and they just don't know they help me keep going.
Sure, I understand it.
You know what I'm saying? They help me keep going. Like, if it wasn't for my supporters, I don't know. Like, I really don't. Because, we all have our days. We have our days where we're not as motivated and, we don't want to do it. We don't want to do that. And I have supporters, if I don't post on TikTok, they'll inbox me.
Yeah,
you've been on here in a while.
Yeah.
Come on now, let's keep going. So, it let me know that they appreciate, what I'm doing, my content. And, they also want me to make it,
Period.
So I guess it just, it's a good feeling to just have those people that you don't know that just really want you to make it, and it's almost become like family. You feel what I'm saying? Like, these people really want you to make it, and as you going through your journey, you helping other people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we helping each other.
Period.
So I appreciate that the most. Like that right there. Yeah, that would.
So where can people all find you?
I'm on Instagram, support_the hood601. On TikTok is support_the-hood601. And my website is www.supportthehood.com.
How are you getting that like that, Mike?
What do you mean?
It's big.
I typed it. I did it a different way.
Yeah, I ain't never seen that. That's dope. But so I just want to thank you for coming out with us. Appreciate you. Definitely. We're gonna keep following. We're gonna still watching. You gotta invite if you ever need to come back for sure. Appreciate everybody.
I appreciate the experience because, like I said, this is my first interview. I feel like I did a good job.
You knocked it out.
I feel like I don't stop. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I feel like greatness is in me, and you know, I feel like more people are going to see me, and I think as a, you know, along my journey, you know, I will become more confident, and I feel like people love my energy and how genuine I am.
Yeah.
And I feel it in me that I'm meant to, you know, just be something great. And
Period.
I think that's why a lot of people gravitate to me, you know,
It ain't
because
only
it just is meant to be. It's already written.
yeah.
And I just need people to know that it's bigger than a clothing brand, you know. It's the message.
Period.
Yeah.
So fractals, I want to speak on a little bit. You know, we did a pre-record, y'all, and it will be airing episode not to miss. This one right here that just went down with Tasha, aka Support the Hood, another classic. And every time we come on these stages, it's another classic. There's always gems to be had. So salute to everybody that's tapped in with us tonight. We greatly appreciate y'all. Visit Tasha Mac, aka Support the Hood, on TikTok, Instagram, and then you said you about to start that YouTube over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. All you gotta do is put Support the Hood on. I'm gonna pop up. So go subscribe, and I'll be having content coming. Yeah.
Period.
So definitely. Yeah.
Period. So we'll be back Tuesday with Gavin St. George of
Gavin St. George.
So
Wow.
y'all tap in for that Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Tasha Mac again, thank you.
Appreciate you guys, man. Like I said, I'm honored, and y'all two guys just know that y'all are great. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'm gonna support you guys. And thank y'all for having me.
For sure, for sure. We'll see y'all next week or in a few days.
All right, guys.